Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. So today we have a very requested reaction video from you. I didn't see this happen. Loads of you just sent me the link to this video. So we are going to be reacting to Megan Thee Stallion and her makeup routine and see what she does for us today. I'm not usually aware of like who celebrities are and who influencers are. You know why? I'm a little bit older and I also don't care. I'm very familiar with Megan because my fiance listens to her music in the car, and of course because of a song with Cardi B where they both look absolutely incredible. That video in general is just stunning. The scenery, the outfits, the hair, the makeup is so nice. So I'm very familiar with her. So we're gonna see what she does today. Just before we get into that, if you don't know who I am, hi. Hello, my name's Robert. I'm a professional makeup artist here on YouTube and in real life. And by profession, I mean it was my paid profession for the last 13 years. I've been doing it now, so it's a long time. And it is my goal here on YouTube to help you become a pro yourself or just someone who's really good at makeup. And sometimes that means separating what we see online versus real life and how that works for us in real life, how it works for us in real lighting, because we're not all fortunate enough to be surrounded by professional lighting all the time. And some people may say there's no rules to makeup, so why does this video matter? And I would agree there's no rules to creativity and individuality. You can do whatever you want. But these videos are based on makeup theory, and those people who want to learn that theory, it doesn't mean you have to change your makeup in any way. It doesn't mean I hate the way you do your makeup. It doesn't mean that no one can do what they want. These videos are just for people that maybe you've tried to do things that you've seen online and they don't quite work for you in real life. Here's how we can do it in a way that's a little bit more realistic. So if all of that sounds good to you, then please consider subscribing, continue watching this video and give it a big thumbs up. If you want to, you don't have to. Let's have a look. We're gonna watch her do her makeup and just see how it goes. Ooh, excuse me.
Tutorial, and the way I do my makeup is not the typical way I feel like a lot of y'all's favorite YouTube makeup artists be doing their stuff. So just bear with me, okay?
First of all, that's not necessarily a bad thing. The way we see makeup being done on YouTube and in real life, and I know there's a whole generation of people that have been brought up on the way that influencers do makeup, and it's very much a YouTube, Instagram style of makeup. But I mean, makeup was being done before that, so it isn't the sole way to do it. It isn't the only way to do it. Just like when I do these videos, it's not the only way you can do your makeup. There's the options. There's options to do makeup the way you like your makeup. So it doesn't matter if you don't do it like influencers.
Hey, and I'm gonna teach y'all some tricks y'all didn't even think of.
And actually, sorry, influencers and online in general can give us some really bad makeup habits. So it's probably a good thing.
I don't really know what I'm about to come do to my face, but we just kind of go as we go. Brown first. You gotta have a little brown. Now put it like in the crease and a little bit above the crease. And this makeup right here, easy peasy lemon.
So instantly what's good about what she's doing is the way she's holding her brush is quite far down. It's hard for me not to repeat myself in these videos because I know new people watch these videos every time, but I do mention quite a lot where you hold the brush really does count. If you hold it right up here, you're going to get a really harsh, firm application, and it's quite difficult to blend because you have to move more. If you hold it in the middle about here or right at the tip, probably isn't the best for eyeshadow, better for like powder. But if you hold it round about here, you're going to get a really nice application. At a nice angle, you're going to get a really nice blend as well. So she's doing that. It'll be really nice to see what she does. I've noticed she's on her brows and her base already, so it'll be interesting what she does. It'll be nice to see what she does with her eye shape. She has this really incredible kind of like cat eye, almost like it's a natural cat eye. So it'll be nice to see how she goes with her eye shape. Yeah.
And then squeezy. All right, you see where we're going with that?
That is a stunning blend. Look how it lifts up in that corner, so it's lifting the eye, continuing on that natural cat eye shape. And she's kind of, I don't know if she's adding more to the inside corner, but where she's left that inside corner, if you want to give your eyes a lift, it's really great to have that product just on the outside corner here, because then you're pulling upwards. Yeah.
So you just kind of blend, baby. As you can see, I've been applying brown eyeshadow on my eyes for Long time.
It's not bad to take your time doing your eyes. I think we see a lot online, people packing on product and then just quickly blending it. Eyeshadow for me, if I'm doing someone's makeup, whether it be a client, myself, eyeshadow is the longest thing. I can spend so much time doing eyes and then I can whip the skin out in like 10 minutes, like, or 5 minutes. It really isn't that difficult. Eyes is like the main thing you want to get right, because you have to get symmetry, you have to get their eye shape. There's so much more to consider with eyes. With skin, yes, skin type and things like that, but you're not treating the skin, you're not like doing a spa treatment, you just want to make sure the makeup lasts longer. So it's fine to take your time doing your eyes. I think we should. We're so used to seeing people pack makeup on really quickly in these like instant Instagram videos. It's yeah.
That's because you want to get it as brown as possible. Because it's all going to work out in the end, I promise. If you want to do your makeup like me, use one brush and keep wiping it off. Of course, clean it afterwards for the next application because you don't want to get things dirty. Or you don't want to give yourself an eye infection. That might have done it. That might be enough brown on that eye. Then you want to come, right? You did the top, so guess what you're going to do to the bottom? That same thing.
Obviously, we don't want to blow on our brushes. That's never a good thing. But I think it's a habit sometimes we get, but it's not a great habit to have. I don't know if she's aware. The way she's talking about the way she does her makeup, it's almost like she's suggesting she's not confident in the way she does her makeup. Like, she knows she looks good, but she's not confident in her application. But the way she's building up her eyeshadow and the depth, the way she's kind of aware of that she's got more depth here than here, I wonder if she knows she's doing that. But it's, again, a really great technique. She's got more depth here and it's going to lift the eye a little bit more.
Well, you know what? We're going to do a little blue. Because we got blue.
I really like how she's gone under the eye with the same colour as on top. Some people don't put eyeshadow under their eyes, which I find really strange. A nice technique to do with your eye makeup is to layer, if that makes sense, like we do anyway. But I feel like laying down a blueprint is a really good idea. So using like a transition shade that might be really close to your skin tone or like a slightly deeper tone, just to take through the socket and under the eyes, and you can kind of gauge that shape a little bit more and make the shape you want to do.
In the hair. This one is called Player, like me. We're gonna play with this. Alright. So we're gonna put a little blue in the crease. Alright. You learn as you go. Sometimes you gotta mess up. But as long as you can blend, makeup is your friend.
It's such an incredible shape she's done already. She's really aware of where you place colour at the beginning is where you're going to get the most pigment and where that pigment is going to stay as well. So if you want to build depth and you want to do smoky eye, you should always be starting your product in the corner here and then fading outwards, because that depth, that's where your depth should start. She's really good.
I be blending it a little bit, like up into the brown. I don't know if this has anything to do with anything, but some kind of way my eyes always come out kind of like a cat eye. And maybe it's the way that I blend out the makeup. I don't know. Who's your makeup artist? Me. Mwah.
I love there's something about cold colours like blue or silver, and black isn't a cold colour, but colours like that blending into a warm brown. I really like that look. It just helps kind of gradually fade it and make it a little bit less, you know. This is incredible so far. I'm so impressed. That shape that she's made is so great. It's stunning. Really, really nice.
So my blending skills are so good, I do have to come back and darken it up. Boom. You see how that come together? See how this come together? I always put like a little white or something in my brow.
This looks really great. You know what I think would benefit her though is when she just said about blending out that color too much, that she has to reapply the color. She says she uses one brush to do her blending. I think something that would be really great for her is a smaller blending brush like this alongside her bigger blending brush, so she can get right into those areas where she wants to build up depth and be a little bit more precise. I mean, she's worked with what she has, but yeah, it would just be a nice little helping hand.
What you want to do next?
There's some slight creasing on her lid. I don't know if she used a concealer as her eyeshadow base that could lead to creasing, or whether, like me, I get some creasing in the socket right here. Not just creasing, but sometimes product doesn't apply there initially because it's slightly hooded there. So it'll be a good idea for her to get her, where's my brush gone? So it'll be a good idea, again, with a smaller blending brush to get almost at this angle. Because if you come out here, you kind of miss it. Whereas this, you kind of tuck up under that fold and just get right in there, you know, and blend it out.
One thing that I think is weird that I do, it's probably not weird because y'all probably do it, but I'm just not watching y'all, is I use concealer to create my cut crease. I don't use it to go under my eyes because this stuff, concealer usually cracks under my eyes. So what I do to clean up my makeup and everything is I use just like a lighter foundation under my eyes because it just works better for my skin. I have naturally oily skin, so throughout the whole day, my makeup is shifting. I'm looking crazy. I look like I've been crying. All of a sudden, it looks like somebody just ran up to me and put a whole bunch of baby oil on me. It's just how I be looking. So just for my skin, I've, found out that just using a lighter foundation as a concealer works for me better.
I think that's a really nice tip, that you don't always have to use heavy product under the eye if you don't need it. I only learned recently when I did a video that people use concealer and foundation under their eyes. The skin under the eyes is so delicate and so thin. I always kind of envision it as your concealer or whatever product you put under your eyes. If you use too much, it's almost like a cat hanging off curtains with its claws and dragging it and pinching it, and you get all those creases under the eye. If you use too much product under the eye, it's going to crease because it's almost like you're weighing down the skin under the eye. So that's a really nice idea, to use a lightweight foundation under the eye. You can use foundation under the eyes. If you want to. I know people are like, you shouldn't use face products around the eyes. That's a lie. But then just don't use concealer on top. One or the other. Don't pile them on, especially concealers. Concealers are made to be full coverage. So do you really need to layer up the foundation? When you're applying your foundation, if you do your concealer last, apply your foundation like a mask. Leave this area here. Leave out this area. And let the concealer cover in those areas there, or use your foundation over the whole face, but leave it there. Oh, and she said she's using concealer to cut the crease. I wouldn't. Again, might work for some people, but concealer adds hydration because the skin here is dramatically different to the skin here. We're oily here. If you're lucky, you're not, but most of us are. And we can be a little bit drier under the eye. That's why it tends to crease more and why we shouldn't dry it out with too much powder. So by using a concealer on the lid, I mean, her eyes are already creasing a little bit there. We're adding moisture to the lid, so it might crease a little bit later, even if you do set with powder. It's like the face. She says she's oily. We do set with powder, but we still get oil later on. Our makeup still breaks down with the oil later on, even if we do set with powder. So same thing. It'll be nice to see an eyeshadow primer used to cut the crease. And you can get primers that are a little bit more fluid-like in texture, but dry extremely matte, like Makeup Revolution's cut crease canvas is incredible. Because you need that kind of fluid to it, fluidity. Yeah. Okay, cool, let's go.
But using actual concealer on my eyes helps me create my cut crease looks. So, let's get into it. One thing that I definitely learned about this is you don't want to blink or you don't want to look up too quickly, because then you just get a big mess in the rest of your eye, and now it's not a cut crease and it's some other crazy design.
An eyeshadow primer would dry quicker, it will settle down quicker, but also as well, one thing I noticed is doing the cut crease with the applicator that comes in the concealer, which they tend to be generally kind of crappy, and they're not really used to do detail. The only kind of detail they give you is being small enough to get into this corner. What might benefit her also, why do I have nothing? Where's all my stuff? Is to get a brush that is very thin and has this rounded corner. Artificial hair brushes are great for using cream products to create a look, but this way you can use the rounder edge to kind of start to carve out that shape, and you can be a little bit more quick about it. With that doe foot rounded shape, you don't get the precision you would with a like a small concealer brush. A small concealer brush is usually great for it. It'll be interesting to see what she does, whether she applies a liner now or some kind of eyeshadow to the outside, because we've instantly lost that really nice cat eye shape that she did because she's rounded off that corner. If she applies a liquid liner there to lift it up, that would be really great. I think it would have been nice if she just cut the crease on the inside and then blended it outwards, or full on went for it and did that really nice shape cut crease. Let's see.
Now, I'm not a perfectionist, so I'm not telling you that both of your eyes will come out twin sisters. They should definitely be related. I'm going back in with the Player palette. Next, the color, the color that is next to the color that looks like blue jeans is what I'm using. Oh my God, you know what's so crazy? I think the color that I'm using is called Player. It's the only way that this will stay. Not wet. So let this dry off a little bit before you go back in. Baby, let me tell you something. If I don't text you back the first time, don't text me 82 more times. That means I don't want to talk. That means I'm doing something. Don't call me in the middle of doing this artistry. You want to cover that whole eyelid, the whole concealer part. Don't get crazy and go up into the part that is the cut, because then it will no longer be a cut crease. All right.
This is another thing as well with eyeshadow bases or using concealer, especially for something like this. Putting a shimmery shadow on top of concealer can be quite, I mean, it's fine, but you don't get that stickiness and that full pigmentation and that full kind of benefit of a shimmer you would if you were to use a sticky eye primer or something that dried down matter quickly. Remember as well, a concealer with moisture in it, eyelids have moisture levels differently like our skin does. For example, I'm super dry here, but then oily just here. And that difference in skin texture can also happen on your lid. Skin absorbs moisture differently and handles moisture differently. So on an eyelid, there could be a patch of skin that's a little bit drier, or a patch of skin that's a little bit more hydrated. So you're going to have different textures on the lid and different amounts of stickiness on the lid. Whereas with an eye primer, it's a barrier. It's like a layer on top. So you get that guaranteed same texture the whole way across. So if this was an eye primer, I think we would have got that full on like silvery texture without those flyaway bits of glitter that are going above the, what's it called? Cut crease. Yeah. And also it's quite a fluffy brush. You want quite a flat brush when you're trying to apply shadow that's shimmery in detail. Because then fluffier brushes pick up, you see when you put a fluffy brush into a palette and the powder flies everywhere, that's kind of still happening when you apply it to the lid. Powder's going everywhere because it's fluffy, it's blends, you know? Whereas with a flatter brush, it tends to grip a little bit more and you don't get those flyaways.
So I'm gonna take an angle brush, I know what this one is called, and go back in with the color from my Player palette. What I'm gonna do, and go back in with the dark blue that we were using to come recreate my cut crease. Back up. It seems like a lot of work, but you know, what you wanna do? You wanna be cute or you wanna look like the bottom of a boot? All right, so now that you've done this, clean your crease back up. Blend it.
Oh, I'm happy that she's lifted that corner back up. That's really good. Very nice, precise work. But yeah, I'm glad she lifted that corner back up because it's all looking a little bit rounded.
Definitely need to get these here. I'm gonna clean up the mess I made on my face. Like I said earlier, go in with the lighter foundation underneath. Okay, but I thought I've cleaned up.
The lighter foundation looks really nice. The liner looks good too. It's brought that cat shape back. The lighter foundation looks really nice. It's subtle. It brightens that area. And it has a purpose. It looks great.
Go in.
I'm just skipping past her lips and her lashes because she builds up loads of lip colours. And it looks good. So a fly just flew in here. So that's that.
Okay, homegirl. You almost done. Don't give up now. Good things take time, baby. Okay. I mean, what is it really left for you to do? Do you a little powder underneath the eye? Like I said, this is how I do my makeup. You don't have to do this. Buff it out a little bit. Just finishing powder. I don't bake. I'm sorry.
Never be sorry for not baking. Looks great. Skin looks incredible. A little bit of powder goes a long way. Powder, baking, no.
I mean, you know, I think we did a damn good job. For this to be my first time doing this for y'all, I'm not saying it just because it's me.
Okay, this fly is really annoying me. I can just hear it. Ma'am? So that was Megan Thee Stallion's makeup routine. I really like it. I thought it looks really good. It looks really 90s. I kind of really like that kind of look. She clearly has a great idea of how her face is shaped, how her eyes are shaped, how to get the most out of that shape as well. She has the most incredible face. Her eyes are super cat-like. She has the most amazing lips. Her face shape is stunning. Yeah, she looks incredible. I think it'll be difficult to do makeup wrong on her face shape, to be honest with you. A few things she did technique-wise were absolutely incredible. She could use maybe one or two extra brushes to help her achieve this look. However, the way she held her brushes was great. The way she blended was amazing. Her blend was stunning from the get-go. The way she tweaked little bits as well to add depth back in. It always seems to be the people who aren't known for doing makeup. The makeup influencers seem to be not as good as all these other people. And the way she said at the beginning, where she was like, oh, I don't do it the way, you know, you're used to seeing like YouTube people do it. That's not a bad thing, you know. They use makeup techniques that were invented just for YouTubers, just for influencers to use in front of cameras that they've taken from other techniques like classical makeup techniques, drag techniques, and they've all been kind of melded into this like kind of makeup style where even like makeup hacks have become a go-to technique. So it was nice to see something that wasn't baking, heavy contouring, all this other stuff. She looks absolutely incredible, and the way she did her makeup was very thought out. I thought it was really great. I'm trying to think of something critique like don't blow on your brushes. But then she says she cleans them before the next application. So yeah, great. That's good. It's nice to finish one of these videos on a positive. So let me know what you like about her makeup below in the comments. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't, then I guess don't. Consider subscribing for more content like this. Let me know who you want me to react to next, because I'm kind of running out of people. I hope you had an amazing weekend. Have an amazing week ahead, and I will see you tomorrow for ghost stories. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.